Since 1986, Metro Maintenance has provided fast, reliable service to its customers. The Metro team of highly skilled, trained service professionals deliver a full array of services. Metro Maintenance offers heating and air conditioning equipment and service, plumbing repairs and installations, complete electrical service, and general repairs and carpentry for both commercial and residential properties. Let the Metro Maintenance team handle all your service needs. Call today.
Welcome to Around Town, and we are absolutely delighted to bring you to Bailey, North Carolina, very close to Rocky Mount. We're in the Leaning Tree restaurant, facility, catering area, special event. It is just phenomenal, and you're going to learn more about that later. But initially, we are here with Dorothy Tobias and Don Williams, and I have been seeing all these wonderful ads around town about how many people we have who just gave birth in the last year and how many people are in our educational institutions, and just very positive here's to success messages. And the campaign has been launched, and we want you all to tell us all about it. You're the co-chair of it, or co-chairs of it, and Don, I believe you said in 2012 with the visioning process for Rocky Mount, that was kind of the beginning of it?
Right. Dorsey?
Yes, I can give a little background.
Okay.
So in 2012, well, 11 really, the city of Rocky Mount and the two counties went through a visioning process where they hired a consultant to come in and help them lay out a roadmap for the future. How do we move forward as a region? And through that process, they held public study circles where hundreds of citizens from all across National Education counties participated in these brainstorm discussions where they shared their concerns, their ideas, things that they felt were relevant for our leadership to address and for our community to address. The consultant took all of that brainstorm and feedback back and divided it into 7 buckets of work. They called them action groups. This was things like aligned regional leadership, reducing crime, improving the quality of life in disadvantaged neighborhoods, things like that. And one of the main things that was discussed through the public study circles was positive image. We know that our citizens can be our own worst enemies as far as how we talk about this area, and we know that we have an external reputation issue in some ways. And so Don and I were asked to co-chair this action group, the Positive Image Action Group.
Good choice.
Well, Don was the one that came up with City on the Rise 30 years ago. So he's the brains and the creative genius. And we have had a fantastic committee of people from all across National Education counties that are truly diverse, very representative of our region. So diverse in age, gender, race, professional experience, background, that sort of thing. But all very passionate about this and have such creative minds. So we've had a fantastic committee really dedicated to this over the past 3 years. And through that time, we have held public brainstorm sessions and voting sessions, all to help us determine the direction that we wanted to take with this. And with all of that work, we then turned it over to Lewis Advertising, who has the creative genius, and they were very kind to donate their own time and creative minds to putting kind of a new brand together for this region. And I can turn it over to Don to talk about how that went through.
The process was a long process. It was a lot of I don't want to say stopping and starting, but it was a lot of pausing along the way. So it was really well thought out. What we ended up with was realizing that what we were selling was ourselves. And the best way to sell ourselves was to use a symbol, if you would, of the area. And that was we actually took the map of National Education counties, lifted it out, and that became the graphic icon we used. We also knew that we couldn't talk about the past. We weren't here to talk about controversy. We weren't here to do anything but be very positive about our area. So that's where took about a year of developing and discussing, but the phrase "Here's to Success" became the slogan for our effort. And from that geographical symbol of the two counties, our twin counties, and from that slogan, "Here's to Success," we then evolved into a process where we were saying, okay, how do we introduce this in a meaningful way? What can we tell people about the area that isn't going to get somebody into an argument, that isn't going to get somebody's eyebrows raised, or isn't going to get somebody saying, no, that's not right? And what we decided to do was we would stick to the facts. And the facts is what brought us to the Here's to the Success factoid campaign. And we're going to show you some examples of the videos later. But the factoid campaign literally took the numbers for Nash County and the numbers for Edgecombe County and put them together as one number for the twin counties. For instance, one of the things we discovered was that the total number of teachers at all public and private institutions in the two counties is 1,500. I was pretty amazed about that. Dorsey discovered if you took the populations of Nash and Edgecombe counties and put them together, it's 152,800 people in the two counties, and that's a bigger population than High Point or Wilmington. And that's pretty startling, I think, for some people. So what we were trying to do was take data, take facts, and put them together to make some numbers that people maybe didn't realize. They didn't understand these numbers when put together. When we work together, we have a great deal of success. One of the great pleasures I think Dorsey and I had experienced this past spring and this summer is we've been going around to chambers of commerce and to Rotary Club meetings and to different places explaining the Here's to Success campaign. And Dorsey, why don't you talk about the reaction we've had from the different presentations?
It's been absolutely incredible. And that's really, John and I both have full-time jobs and families and grandkids and lots of other community commitments. So this
Dorsey
project,
doesn't have grandchildren.
She has a cute little boy.
Thank you. What has really given us the energy to take on this other full-time job is that we are receiving such energy and excitement from the community. The people of Nash and Edgecombe counties are truly ready to work together, and they're so excited for the idea of this. And so what I should mention is that what Don has just been talking about, the factoid campaign, is really the internal phase. So as I mentioned before, we have the internal issue where our citizens need to be aware of the great things happening here, and then we have the external issue. So for now, we have launched this internal campaign to educate the citizens of our area about the great things happening here, because a lot of times people just don't know where to find good information. And I know, speaking for myself, a few years ago, I wasn't all that active on social media. I thought, who cares what I have to say? And I didn't really just take the time to scroll through things. Well, I started following the different channels that we have in this area. So, City of Rocky Mount Facebook page, Bailey Chamber of Commerce, Tarboro Chamber of Commerce, the different channels that already exist. And every night before I go to bed, I just scroll through my little Twin Counties news feed, and I learn 10 new things about this area that I wouldn't have known before. So, part of that was to create a site and a simple place for people to find this great information about our area. So we created a website, here's to success.org, that really aggregates all of this existing information and brings it to the forefront of people's minds. And we, have all of the videos, all of the channels that people can follow, how to get involved. We show all of the logos of the business sponsors and the names of the citizens who have supported this. And that's one thing we haven't yet spoken about, but this is something that we raise money for ourselves.
Private dollars.
Right,
Yeah.
completely private dollars. We had such excitement from the business community that really the Chambers of Commerce embraced this and said, this is important, we need to make this happen. So we've raised about $120,000 so far just from the business community and citizens. Really the citizens thing was a reactive thing. I had people saying, I don't own a business, but I really believe in this, here's $5,000. So we created a Citizens for Success category, and we've raised a tremendous amount of money. Our goal is $200,000 to really be able to move into the external phase.
So those dollars go right back into the campaign.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
That's exactly
No
what it's all
operational
about.
costs, really. Y'all are the operational costs, and you're free. So how very generous of you to be donating all this time, though. And what you're saying is the type of thing that a lot of us have been wishing for, because people who move to Rocky Mount say this is a great place. The people are friendly. There are things to do, but a lot of people who've been here a long time just need re-energizing, and they need a focus. And I went to your Here's to Success webpage last night. You had said watch some of the videos. I couldn't stop. I mean, they're 15 seconds apiece. They're little gems that give you nuggets of fantastic, positive data, facts. And I think they're great. Don, you want to intro a few of them right now?
Well, part of what we did, and Dorsey was the real spearhead on this, was we recruited people to say the facts about the Twin Counties, but we did it in such a way that they were connected to it. For instance, we have a young football player from Bailey, North Carolina, who comes on and talks about how many people attended sporting events in the Twin Counties last year. It's 120,000 people went to watch football games and basketball games and all sorts of sporting events throughout the Twin Counties. We have another person coming on, and she talks about how many total parks there are in the Twin Counties. In Nash and Edgecombe County, most of us can probably identify one or two parks. There are 59 separate parks. So there's a lot of really gems of facts that are available for us in the Twin County messaging. A good example would be the number of teachers, like I talked about before, that people really didn't realize that many people are involved in the educational process of teaching our young people.
Oh, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I watched every single one of them, just like you said, which doesn't take that long, but it re-energizes a person to watch those and say, wow, we really do have a lot going on here. Let's watch for them right now, for 15 seconds. We'll be right back.
How many people in Nash and Edgecombe counties have jobs in manufacturing? Over 20,000 workers make products in the Twin Counties that are sold all over the world.
Even though we live in 2 separate counties and 19 separate communities, we're called the Twin Counties. Let's make that work for us. Let's come together, because when we do, here's to success.
How many local artists are in the Twin Counties? More than 600 talented people are creating wonderful works of art in studios and workshops all across Nash and Edgecombe.
How many people work in law enforcement in the Twin Counties? Count up the staffs of the Edgecombe and Nash Police and Sheriff's Departments, and you could safely say 540 serve you.
So Jean, a point you made I want to reiterate is that Don and I didn't create this new thing. This is really something that many people like yourself and many others have been doing forever, is trying to, raise awareness of the great things that our community has to offer. And what I think makes this different and the success we've seen is from the fact that it is really a concerted effort from across the region to really make this happen. This isn't a Rocky Mount Chamber thing or an Edgecombe County thing. This is all 19 communities within our region working together to make this happen. And what we've realized really through this is that this has truly become a movement. We have found that young people, retirees, school teachers, everyone from the region have really embraced this, and it's now on our shoulders to really make it happen in a big way. So our next phase is kind of bridging to external. We're going to be creating short videos of all of the unique communities within the Twin Counties and using those for social media and TV commercials and that sort of thing. And then the phase after that will be actually marketing ourselves as a region in Raleigh, Raleigh and Greenville, these overgrowing metropolitans that, we're right there on the cusp of really tapping into those markets and showing them that our community, our region is a place where businesses can start, families can establish their roots, and it's a great place for all people to live.
Well, and that's what I hear. I mean, you can live a life that really matters in Rocky Mount. I was telling somebody who was thinking about moving to a larger city, and I said, come to Rocky Mount. You can really make a difference because we need positive energy, and we've got it going, and we can find plenty of ways for you to jump in. Now, I mentioned it, or you might want Dorsey to, the Ambassadors Program.
The Ambassadors Program is one that I think has been, Pam Casey and Daryl Strother have been heading up for us, and it's going to be very unique. They're going to do the one thing everybody's talked about doing for years and years and years. They're putting together a program where they're going to reach out to the frontline people at hotels, to the wait staff at restaurants, and they're going to give them information, positive information about our area to encourage their customers to find out more about the Twin Counties when they're visiting here or when they're stopping here for a sporting event or something such as that. We're also getting ready to launch a bus tour of the Twin Counties. And Dorsey, maybe you could give it.
So that's part of the ambassadors program that Pam Casey and Daryl Strother and their committee have been leading, and that it will exactly do that. Teach these people what great things we have in the city of Rocky Mount, Nash County, Edgecombe County, and how they can talk about it more positively with their own, colleagues, family members, customers, and the like.
Sounds fantastic. We're going to take a break and we're going to hear from the Bailey cheerleader, the biggest cheerleader, the mayor. So stay with us.
Since 1986, Metro Maintenance has provided fast, reliable service to its customers. The Metro team of highly skilled, trained service professionals deliver a full array of services. Metro Maintenance offers heating and air conditioning equipment and service, plumbing repairs and installations, complete electrical service, and general repairs and carpentry for both commercial and residential properties. Let the Metro Maintenance team handle all your service needs. Call today.
Hi, I'm Richard Koss, Pharmacy Manager at Allman's Drug Store at the Westridge Shopping Center. Here with my wife, daughters, and my business partner, Brad Hilton, and his wife, Katie. We are delighted to be new business owners living in Rocky Mount and are excited about the new services and products we are adding at Allman's Drug Store's 2 locations. With a full-service pharmacy, a large supply of over-the-counter supplements, and a comprehensive line of diabetic supplies, Allman's has you covered. Our pharmacists also specialize in consultations. We want you to pay the lowest prices and get the best service in town, and our staff works hard to help you save money, but we are also big on friendliness and customer care. We will deliver your prescriptions free, have drive-through windows, and guarantee short wait times. And we come out to greet you personally and see how we can answer all of your questions. Because as local business owners, we care about you. As a loyal member of your community for over 70 years, you can count on Allman's Drugs to make the health of you and your family our top priority.
Please call Allman's Drugs today.
443-3138.
Bailey Mayor Timothy Johnson is our guest, and we're so glad you're here. And what a beautiful place we're in right now, the Leaning Tree.
Yes, it was an endeavor from the Wilsons coming to the town, wanting to expand on the business that they did have, from having use of the ground for wedding receptions or any other kind of function that may have been necessary for whatever book clubs or other functional clubs that were available, and wanted the use of the grounds. But they wanted to expand the facility into a restaurant, and it has been a success.
Absolutely.
Not only for them, but for the town as well.
Well, and let's talk about the town, and we're going to get Dorsey to jump in here. What does this campaign mean to Bailey?
Well, here's to success. Having the opportunity to meet Don and Dorsey was a surprise, because it allowed an opening to be available to the town as a resource, so that people would now be able to know more about what the town has to offer. People in outlying areas such as Rocky Mount or Tarboro or from Spring Hope or from Whitaker would basically be able to know that there are some things that in the town that would be an offering that they may not otherwise have known.
Beyond even that audience, we know that Raleigh, we were talking about this earlier, is overgrowing, and people that live there or work there, they're looking for small town charm. Everyone these days, the trend is local this, local farm to table, local, going to hear local music and things like that. And what I love so much about Bailey and Spring Hope and Tarboro and all the towns you just named is that we have all of that right here, and people can still have their jobs in Raleigh or Greenville and commute, or bring their business here. And I've just been so surprised to learn of all of these hidden gems in our region, and that's why we're here in the Leaning Tree, because this was something I just learned of last year when they launched their restaurant business. And it's really the exact type of thing that people in these big metropolitans are loving, and then people like us who live in smaller metropolitans love it too. It's fantastic. So tell us what else is going on in Bailey that we don't know about.
Well, other than the Leaning Tree, we have other various restaurants that are available. We have El Paso, which is a Mexican restaurant, which is a dine-in restaurant. We also have the Bailey Cafe, which is renowned for its teapots. Also, a lot of people are unaware of this, but we have a elementary school, Bailey Elementary, which is the home of the Green Hornets. And we are a feeder school into Southern Nash Middle, which is the home of the Cobras, and then also Southern Nash High School, which is the home of the Firebirds, which is actually, we are the hometown of Julius Peppers.
Oh.
So that is something a lot of people may not know, that we are the hometown of the NFL football star, Julius Peppers. We also have the Country Doctor Museum, which is facilitated by the East Carolina University. And in the fall, they hold a History Alive program. It's basically from morning to afternoon, gives you a lot of information about how the country doctors lived in that time frame, and also offers unique opportunities for people to come in and shop, and to also learn about what's available in the town.
Antique stores. I saw some of them coming in. In fact, Don Williams said, I've bought stuff from there. So
oh yes, we have
great antique stores.
We have some antique stores, and also we have one of the things that is just recently within the last year is that we have a satellite office of the Bradford Memorial Library. So if anyone who was traveling through to a Mudcats game, or to an evening out to Raleigh, or to Durham to see a play, they would be able to come in and dine. And if they had a book from Bradford Memorial Library or an audio CD, they could drop it off at the Wesley Privet Memorial Library and not have to worry about any overdue fines.
Well, Mayor, we're going to do everything we can through this campaign to encourage people to come and experience the joy and the beauty of Bailey, and spend a little time here and go to your Country Doctor Museum and other things. But thank you for being our guest. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I'm sure we'll be back. The Leaning Tree is surely a beautiful place, and throughout our interview with Mary and Richard Wilson, the owners, and gosh, you do everything for this. I'm just amazed at your energy and your cooking, and we'll talk more about that. But throughout, we're going to show various shots of the land, of the interior, the exterior. But you have got an amazingly beautiful gym in the middle of downtown Bailey. Tell us your address.
The address of this building is 6168 Dean Street.
And it's called the Leaning Tree, and it's got two buildings, correct?
Well, the Leaning Tree has the space that can be used from one stop sign to the other of the entire block, because the property is contiguous with our home. So we run the gardens in an open fashion to be used all the way through.
Well, Mary, it is just, all of us coming in today, just our jaws dropped. It's breathtakingly beautiful, but what really amazed us is that you all run it yourselves. You are kind of a two-person. You've got a little help, but you are the main cook.
Right? And the cook was very good help, though. And I appreciate that the staff is so supportive in all ways. We have this one fellow who helps keep the grounds, and he does it as a part-time job, even though it's a full-time expectation. And we're happy to be learning, having a chance for others to learn more about us being here, and hopefully this will give us a chance to have a wider range of guests.
Absolutely. Well, people do need to call. Is that correct, to make reservations?
Yes, our dinner is open nightly upon availability, and need to have at least 24 hours notice so that I can grocery shop and cook and prepare just for the people who are coming.
And you were telling us about your various selection. You do, there's some choices, and of course if people want to have a luncheon here, or a large family or small family event, you can accommodate most everything, can't you?
We can. We've had a wedding reception of 350, and on some evenings we have had just 2 people for a birthday or an anniversary. You can't say to those persons, please wait until another group gathers. So Otherwise, we have the chance to go from very intimate to as large as the space can contain.
Richard, I noticed that you've got kind of an outdoor area too. Kind of talk about the various, how many you can seat in each of the rooms.
Well, on the porch, I think we have seating for like 60 to 70 people. And inside, we could seat probably up to 60 people inside comfortably.
And the furnishings are so beautiful. Did you all go out and buy these? Certainly they all look antique. The floors have beautiful wide floorboards. Tell us about the process of fixing this facility.
When I started working on it, we bought it from a family that their mother passed away. So it sat here for a while, and then when my wife retired from school, counselor, and we decided that we would do something with it, so the people were asking her to do wedding receptions. And more and more people kept coming and asking, and so we said, well, we've got to have a place to accommodate people. So I began working on it.
You personally?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. And so I hauled a lot of stuff away, as you do when you're working on a little house. And then I started accumulating what I needed to work with, put back together. And I got old brick from out of old chimneys and foundations, and I've gotten timber out of some of the old schools that was dismantled in the county, place to place, warehouses, old tobacco warehouses.
So you truly preserved history in a gorgeous way right here in the heart of Bailey.
There's nothing prettier to me than an old piece of wood a couple hundred years old.
Mary, how can people, do they go on the website and just put in the Leaning Tree to be able to get your telephone number? Or?
Yes, the telephone number is there for calling about any of the interests that you may have. And it could be about a dinner for two, or wedding reception for 350, or all the ranges in between. We also have small weddings and small groupings of rehearsal dinners.
And you're so convenient from the whole Twin County area, and I bet you even get some people coming from the Triangle area here, don't you?
We do. The access is quite easy for both the counties and for the other towns surrounding.
Well, in this area, we love to support locally owned and locally operated. So you're in Nash County and in our Twin County area, so you're one of us. So we need to certainly know more about you and patronize you better. So thank you so much.
And thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, you're welcome. And thank you for joining us. See you next week.
Since 1986, Metro Maintenance has provided fast, reliable service to its customers. The Metro team of highly skilled, trained service professionals deliver a full array of services. Metro Maintenance offers heating and air conditioning equipment and service, plumbing repairs and installations, complete electrical service, and general repairs and carpentry for both commercial and residential properties. Let the Metro Maintenance team handle all your service needs. Call today